in their refusal to comply with the congressional subpoenas, the Trump administration is claiming that Congress has no legislative purpose for these requests. Although, according to the courts, this is not a required element for Congress to conduct oversight. Congress does indeed have a legislative purpose. Up until now, we have relied on all our presidents to uphold the norms of our democracy. Now, Donald Trump has taken a wrecking ball to over 240 years of important traditions that are part of the foundation of our nation. So, it is clear that this may be a time for Congress to pass some very important laws to ensure that we never again have a president who thinks he or she is above the law. Just this Memorial Day weekend, while on foreign soil, Donald Trump chose to side with a vicious dictator, Kim Jong-un, supporting Kim's missile tests against the views of his host, Prime Minister Abe, while in Japan, and his own national security advisor, while taking a nasty swipe at our former Vice President Joe Biden. Now, Congress needs the Mueller report and the underlying materials so we can fully understand how Russia ran a systematic campaign to affect the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. Now, Congress should be passing laws and appropriating funds to ensure that this does not happen again, and funding for paper ballots, for voter suppression, cybersecurity, etc. They are not doing this because they know these laws would be dead on arrival when it got to the Senate. We should ask ourselves, why is the GOP unwilling to protect our democracy? These senators are not all compromised, are they? And we should also ask why the president, who benefited from this Russian plot, is also doing absolutely nothing to stop it again in 2020. The American people need to know and to hear directly from Robert Mueller, not as a TV spectacle, but to understand the current law authorizing the appointment of a special counsel, if it actually works, or if it needs to be changed again. Now, making the special counsel part of the executive branch seems like a flawed idea, clearly not up to the challenges of this mendacious group headed by Trump's enabler, Attorney General William Barr, and his belief in the unitary presidency. Look, the American people paid for this investigation, and they deserve to hear what challenges Mueller faced, why he was not able to obtain the evidence that he needed for this Russia investigation, and whether he intended Congress to act on the incidents of obstruction of justice in his report, 10 of them. Congress does indeed have a legislative purpose in requiring Donald Trump's taxes to see if he's comprised financially and compromised financially by those who bailed him out. And now, if he is improperly benefiting while he's in the office of the presidency. Perhaps the many Democratic senators and others who are running for the presidency, who have little or no chance of obtaining that goal, should realize they have a much more important role. by being part of the Democratic majority in the Senate. After all, the Democrats only need 4 seats to change the direction of this austere body and to restore our system of checks and balances once again. Congress does have a legislative purpose for all of its requests, and that is to stop another president and his enablers from ever attacking our democracy again. This is John Christopher Bua for Real Political News, Washington.